Thank you. I know there's a couple of you that came in, and I do have little handouts to take notes because we're going to do an experiential process. So this lovely lady here will help you so you can make sure to get a little packet. So what I have in store today is working on affirmations using EFT, because so many of us have tried using affirmations, and some of us still do on a regular basis, but have probably had a little bit of frustration at some point with trying to get them to work. As we believe they work, we think they work, we want them to work, but they don't always seem to work, and what's getting in the way of that. And I'm going to talk through that with you today and take you through some experiential exercises, including with tapping, so we can show you what it's like to go from not fully believing an affirmation to getting to a better place with an affirmation, so you can see what the difference is and understand how to make affirmations work for you. Does that sound okay to everybody? All right. I want to get a pulse where you're at. Who has tapped before? Lots of people. And who has not? Okay. So what I'm planning to do is show everybody the tapping points and walk you through that. And after we go through the tapping points, I'm going to take you through a constricted breathing exercise using tapping, so you can have an experience and feel how tapping works in your body. And after we do those two things, then we're going to move to working on affirmations, what the topic is for today. So in your little packet, the first card has tapping points on it. You don't have to refer that to it. I'm going to show you them, but this is for you to take home so you can remember the tapping points. And then on back, there's how to, so you can keep this with you and know what the tapping points are. So I'm going to lead and have you follow and tap along with me. We're going to start on the top of the head. So if you'd start tapping on the top of your head. Now your head actually goes up in the back, and we're tapping more towards the back versus the front. Okay, you guys are all doing a great job. The next point is on the inside of the eye, so it's where the bridge of the nose and the eye come together. You're tapping there lightly. It's on the inside. And you can tap with one hand or both hands, whichever you prefer. Left hand, right hand, both hands. Some people tap with both. I don't, because I need to see you. But whatever's comfortable for you. The next point is on the outside of the eye. You can feel that corner of your eye where the two sides come together, and you're tapping lightly there. And you're tapping enough so you can feel the pressure, and you're not tapping hard enough where you're going to go home with a black eye. It's not the goal. You just want to feel it. By the way, there's lots of serious looking faces, and I am really funny. So I inject humor on purpose, because sometimes we take this so seriously. And laughter, like laughter yoga, laughter is good. And so feel free to laugh today, and any day, actually. The next point is under the eye. And you're tapping on that bone there. The bone is where the tapping point is. If you tap down on your cheek, you're missing the point. Thank you. So you want to tap on that bone, okay? The next point is under your nose. And the next point is the crease in your chin. The next 2 points I'm going to have you play around with a little bit. So I want you to use both hands while we are exploring. I want you to imagine where you might tie a tie, and then go over 3 to 4 inches on each side. And I want you to feel around. Often there's points that hurt here, and it's where you have some stuck energy. So if you can find where there might be a little bit of pain, that's where you want to tap. And if you can't find a little bit of pain, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're broken or anything. It just means you don't have any stuck energy there right at this moment. The reason why I'm having you tap with both hands is just so you can get an idea of where you want to tap because when we do a tapping sequence, we're not going to do the measurement every time. We're just going to tap. So I want you to get that feeling for where it is in your body, okay? And the next point, same thing. It's under your arms. So if you go under your armpit down 3 to 4 inches and feel around. Most people have points under here that hurt. And ladies, it's kind of where your bra band is. So feel there and tap there. Now you can either tap this way or you can go across your body and tap this way, whatever is most comfortable for you, okay? Those are the tapping points. Now leave one hand here and go up here. And then laugh, because you look funny. You don't have to do that. That's not a real point. So those are the tapping points. Does anyone have any questions about any of that? Hang on 2 seconds. We want to have you on the mic to get it on the recording.
Why were we doing that? What's those tapping points? Are there meridians or what
The
is?
tapping points are the meridian endpoints. And the meridian endpoints, when you tap on them, it helps reduce the cortisol in your body, and the cortisol is the stress hormone. So you're using your fingertips to tap on points on your body. You're empowering yourself to relieve stress out of your body. And when you tap, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, so you're freeing stuck emotions out of your body when you're tapping. And you feel relief just knowing that. Yeah, thank you.
How do we know this works?
Oh, I'm going to take you through a constricted breathing exercise in just a moment, and you'll know it. The great thing about tapping is that you don't have to believe it works, and it will work anyways. Were there any other questions? There's one more question here. And then we'll move on to constricted breathing.
Doesn't matter what side.
It doesn't. You can tap on either side. You can tap on both sides at the same time, whatever you would like to do.
Okay.
Sometimes people use their dominant hand to tap. And if I find, like when I'm working with clients one-on-one, if I find that they're getting stuck and they're not moving past it, then I make them tap the opposite side with the opposite hand. And it kind of messes with their brain a little bit. And they shift because it's harder to tap. You have to rethink. And so it gets them out of wherever they were stuck. But it doesn't matter which hand. All right? So we're going to go through a constricted breathing exercise. I'm first going to tell you what we're going to do, and then I'm going to take you through it. When we use EFT, I'm asking you today to trust your body's wisdom. Your body is so wise, and it gives you information all the time. Just most of the time we don't pay attention, we don't hear it. And today I'm asking you to hear it and trust it. Because I'm going to be asking you to measure your breath on a scale of 0 to 10. And a number's going to pop in your head, and you're going to think you made it up. And I just want you to trust it today. The number will pop in. Julie said to trust it. Okay, I'm doing that today. And then that's your number. There's no judgment about the numbers. It's just a number. The numbers don't mean anything. It's just a number. So we're looking for a baseline to know where you're at with your breathing. So I'm going to have you take a deep breath in. After you take a deep breath in, you'll exhale, and I'll have you measure it on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, super easy to breathe. 10, you're really constricted. And your body will pop a number in your head, and that's your number. And then we're going to start tapping together, and I'll lead you, and we'll start at the top, and I'll say constricted breathing, and as a group, you'll repeat after me. You'll be tapping on the same point, and we'll go around the tapping point saying constricted breathing, okay? So have everybody put your feet on the floor. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. I'm not going to tell you when to exhale. I'm going to trust that you know when to exhale. So whenever I say take a deep breath in today, I'm trusting that you will also exhale. I'm going to have you take another deep breath in. And I want you to measure that on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 is it's super easy to breathe, and 10 is you're very constricted. You're having a really hard time breathing. So see what number pops in your head, and that's your baseline. That's information for you, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start tapping. And if you want, you can also write down your number on that yellow sheet of paper. You can take any notes you want on there, and created that for you to take any notes. And you can write down your baseline for your breath wherever you are. We're going to go ahead and start tapping. So top of your head, constricted breathing. Inside eye, constricted breathing. Outside eye, constricted breathing. Under eye, constricted breathing. Under nose, constricted breathing. Crease in your chin, constricted breathing. Collarbone, constricted breathing. Underarm, constricted breathing. Top of head, constricted breathing. Inside eye, constricted breathing. Outside eye, constricted breathing. Under eye, constricted breathing. Under nose, constricted breathing. Chin, constricted breathing. Collarbone, constricted breathing. And I'm going to have you stop here. Have you take another deep breath in. And I want you to remeasure that on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, it's super easy to breathe. And 10, you're really constricted. And see where you are now. And see if you can feel that difference. Now, some people will go down. It'll be easier to breathe. And some people may go up. Might be more difficult to breathe. And why would that happen? Because some of you have thoughts fluttering through your head that your sinuses are all congested and you're having a hard time breathing and it's probably not going to work and it's not going to be better. Or you've always had breathing problems your whole life and this is as good as it gets. Something's going on through your head that's stopping you from having better breathing. Is that true for anyone? Did your number all go down? Yes? Anybody's go up? It's okay if it did because I am going to help you. Anybody's number go up? No? So you could feel the shift happen after you were done tapping? That's how EFT works. It's calming your body down. It's reducing the cortisol level inside of your body. And when you do that, you are able to breathe easier. Now, is anybody at a 5 or above with where you're at? Okay. I would like to take everybody through another round before we move on to the affirmations because I want you to feel it even more, okay? So back to the top of the head. Constricted breathing. Inside eye, constricted breathing. Outside eye, constricted breathing. Under eye, constricted breathing. Under nose, constricted breathing. Chin, constricted breathing. Collarbone, constricted breathing. Underarm, constricted breathing. Top of head, constricted breathing. Inside eye, constricted breathing. Outside eye, constricted breathing. Under eye, constricted breathing. Under nose, constricted breathing. Chin, constricted breathing. Collarbone, constricted breathing. Underarm, constricted breathing. I'm going to have you stop here and take another deep breath in. And remeasure that on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, you can breathe super easy, and 10, it's really constricted. Where are you now? And you can feel the difference. And did most of you go down? Yeah? Anybody go up? If you're comfortable, you could share what was going on in your head that made you go up, and then we can do another round and help you clear it so it would go down. Are you okay sharing?
I don't know, it stayed at 3 both times and then it just went to 4.
It stayed at a 3 both times and then it went up to a 4?
Yes.
What were the thoughts going on in your head while we were doing that last round? Do you know?
I wasn't fully aware.
You weren't fully aware?
No.
Were you thinking of, this is taking long, I have to go to work tomorrow?
I think the only thought that I was having was the sound of my voice, maybe.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't think I was trying to focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
The sound in your voice, did that irritate you at all, or?
No, it just was the only thought that probably passed through my mind.
Okay. So there's something that is triggering in your thoughts going on that's making your breathing go up. And so it didn't go up drastically, but it shifted, and that's great awareness that you have that it went up. And as we continue tapping today, even though we're switching topics, it will continue to go down. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's a couple of questions over here.
Why were we supposed to say constricted breathing? I couldn't do that because that sounded very negative to me, so I didn't say.
Okay.
I didn't want to constrict my breathing.
Okay.
I don't understand
It's
why.
a great question, and I was actually going to answer that next.
Okay.
But so how did your breathing go? Did it go up or down, or how?
I couldn't even tell because I really didn't want to say constricted breathing.
Okay. So that it's a great question, because so many of us have been trained law of attraction. I don't want to say anything negative. I don't want to put that in my environment. But the truth is, it's already in your head, or your breathing is already constricted. And what we're doing is we're acknowledging that and clearing it out. And when we do that, your body moves to the better feeling place naturally on its own, because your body heals itself. And so we are using tools in your body to help it along the process. I didn't say, oh, I can breathe so easy, this is great, my breathing's better and better all the time, because you don't believe that in that moment. You have some type of constricted breathing. We are acknowledging it, we're tapping on it, and then your body lets it go. So most people in this room said that their numbers went down, although we tapped on constricted breathing, because we're helping your body to let go of something that already exists and already is there. When I was broke, I used to walk around with a happy face. And I was using the law of attraction, so I thought. And nobody in my world knew how broke I was or what was going on in my life. Because I was going to stay positive, and I was going to work really hard, and everything was going to turn around, and I was going to get all this money, and it was going to be great. But I was lying to myself. I didn't feel good inside. I'd look at my statements of money I owed, and I couldn't pay it, and I felt horrible. And I pretended like everything was okay. And when we stop and we acknowledge the truth of how you really feel inside, the emotions going on, the anger, the embarrassment, the frustration, and we take care of ourselves by using this tool, the one that I teach, so obviously I'm going to talk about it, but there's lots of other tools that we can use. When we take care of ourselves and use the tools, that stuff clears out and frees from your body, and your body naturally moves to that better feeling place. So all day today, our time together, I am going to focus on the negative. I call it tapping on the crap, because we have to get it out. It's there, it's hiding. Those are thoughts in your head that you think, but you quickly try to get to that better place, and you push it away. You resist it, you ignore it, you hide it. And what you resist persists. And you've heard that in the law of attraction before. And so when you're like, nope, that doesn't exist, I don't have constricted breathing, I'm not broke, everything's fine, you get more of that. So we're acknowledging it and letting it go. It's a great question. I get it all the time. So if you're open to trying that today, I imagine that you'll have some shifts that happen, that you'll feel in your body, some shifts.
It's very different than what I've been
Mm-hmm. And I have, many of you have come here and heard Lori Wondra speak. She's one of my clients, and the very first time that we tapped together, she's like, I can't say that, Julie. I'm like, I know you don't want to, but just trust me on this and try it. And she felt so much relief, she couldn't believe it. And we're not focusing on the negative, we're not bringing that into your life, we're clearing it out. We're acknowledging it and letting it go. So you do what's right for you, that if you're open to trying it, you might experience a shift. Yeah. Did you have a question too?
That I didn't think my breathing was restricted, but when I started doing it, my voice seemed to get stronger.
Yeah.
And the breathing in my nose, something felt
Cleared up.
different.
Yeah. Yeah. And we walk around, we don't know that we're holding on to all these things. Jan, did you have a question too?
Yeah, it's just a acknowledgement of the work you're doing, because I have to say I had the same feeling about there was an individual at work that was, energetically there was a lot of pent up energy, and so I never allowed myself to just acknowledge it, and in the not acknowledging it and pretending that it wasn't an issue, I had zero release. Mm-hmm. And so to your point, it made a huge difference for me, because all of a sudden it was for the first time I was able to say, it's really okay to say this, and it's okay to acknowledge that it needs to be released. So that was actually very freeing, because I too grew up saying, don't ever say anything that might not be perceived as positive or
mm-hmm.
whatever. So appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it is. I'm not suggesting that we stay there. I'm not suggesting that when we acknowledge it that we sit and rant and scream and cry and stay there for the next week. Like, that wouldn't be healthy for you. And when you do acknowledge it, your body naturally moves to the better place anyways. I'll give you an example of your body healing with emotions. Has anybody in this room ever been angry with somebody before? And really angry, like to the point where you want to write them an email or a letter, and you want to tell them how horrible it is and how it's going to be, right? Anybody done that? Yeah. And somehow you didn't hit send that night. Somehow you didn't. And you went to bed, and the next morning you woke up, and you felt some relief. And you went back and looked at that email, and you're like, oh, I am so glad I didn't send that, because you felt different the next day. That is your body naturally healing you overnight. It's part of the work that your body does, is it clears out those emotions. And sometimes those emotions get stuck in there. Sometimes people have traumas in their life, little traumas, big traumas, and the emotion can't move through by itself. It gets stuck. And so that's where the tapping comes in to help release it. And some seemingly little incidents that took a minute in your life get trapped in your body. What happens is, in your brain, you guys have probably heard the terms amygdala and hippocampus before. They're parts of your brain. Well, what the heck do? They actually take like panoramic photos of scenes of your life. And what's extra special about the amygdala and hippocampus is when they take those, they also capture sounds, smells, tastes. They capture the exact words that were used or said during that segment of time. And that's stored in your body. And it captures emotions and feelings as well. And so there's a time in your life that you can go back and you remember what somebody said to you, and you're still hurt by it even though it was 22 years ago. You remember what they were wearing, where they were standing, where you were standing, what they said to you, and you remember the color of the wall behind. It's because your brain captures that. And when we use tapping, we're helping to release that out of your body so you don't have to feel bad about that anymore. So that is how it works. So I'm going to move on to affirmations and talk about affirmations. And there's the green sheet that you have in your packet is about affirmations. Yeah. Does anybody need a packet? There's Linda over there and so has anybody ever tried affirmations? And have you gotten them to work really super well for you? Sometimes, some work well, some don't. And you're not sure why some work well and others don't, even though you really want it to work. Well, what happens is we go too far with them. So I'll use my personal example. When I was broke and I couldn't pay my bills, I was trying to pretend that money flowed to me easily and that I was abundant. I always had more than enough money. Those were some things that I would say to myself over and over, trying to get them to be true. And I couldn't go from the feeling of broke and shame and embarrassment and desperation to money flows to me freely and easily. It was a little too far. It's a big gap to go from here to way over there. And if we take it in little increments, like from being broke and embarrassed to, you know what, I didn't have the money to pay for that bill, but I'm working and I know I have some money coming in that I'll be able to pay that. That little step, it's not a big step, it's a little step, but that's a better feeling place. And you all know the law of attraction. The law of attraction is about the emotions in your body, and it brings to you the emotions that you're feeling behind something. So if you have that happy face slapped on and you're pretending, oh, I'm so abundant, everything's great. But behind it, you have these little thoughts. I call them tail enders or yeah buts. I have more than enough money, but not right now. I have more than enough money someday. Those little thoughts that flutter in your head, that's what the law of attraction hangs on to. And that's what you get someday. And so when we can use these affirmations and clear out some of those negative thoughts that you have around them, we can get you to that affirmation where you feel good about it and you actually believe it and you get excited and then things start rolling in. So we're going to go through that process. So on that green slip, there's the affirmation, money flows to me easily. So I want you to put both feet on the floor, take a deep breath in, and go ahead and say out loud, money flows to me easily.
Money flows to me easily.
And measure that on a scale of 0 to 10. How true is that for you? 0, it's not true at all. 10, it's totally true. Where are you on that scale? And trust what your body says. Because your mind wants to override. Yes, that's totally true. That's totally true. I want it to be true. But trust what your body tells you. A number will pop in, okay? And then I want you to say the phrase again, and this time I want you to listen to the little flittering thought that comes in right after you say it, okay? Money flows to me easily.
Money flows to me easily.
What's the tail ender that pops in your head right after that, and write that down? There's a yeah but that pops in. And write that down. And as you're thinking about money flowing into you easily and where you are in that spectrum and the yeah but that just popped in, what are the emotions that are coming up for you? Happy, sad, disappointment, discouragement, anger. Write those down. And feelings in your body. So all of a sudden when you said that, your stomach clenched, your jaw tightened up. Something shifted in your body, and you could feel it. And write that down. It could be tingling in your toe. It could be something in your lower back just pinged you like somebody's pointing their finger there. Just pay attention. There's something coming up in your body, and write that down. And then what I'm going to have you do is take another deep breath in. I want you to breathe into that space in your body where you're feeling whatever you're feeling. And I want you to ask it a question. What do I need to know today about this? And wait for an answer. Something will pop in your head. And go ahead and jot that down when you have it. What do I need to know about this today? And you might think you're making up the thoughts, but just write them down. You might have a memory that pops in. All of a sudden you're thinking about somebody from your past, or your parents, or a phrase pops in about what somebody said when you were 8. It's all related. Write that down. And if you're sitting here and you're getting frustrated because you don't feel like you have an answer coming to you, that's okay. Trust the process. Because when we start tapping, then things are going to bubble up for you. And then we can clear that out and you can write it down so you know what you need to work on. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and start tapping. And what I do with these affirmations is I have little arguments, because there's little pieces in your head that believes money's flowing to me easily, or I really want money flowing to me easily, but then there's a little part of you that's like, no, it's not coming in. And so we're going to go back and forth and have a little argument and help clear that out of your head. And you'll feel some things shifting in your body. Just pay attention to, oh, it doesn't hurt my toe anymore, it moved to my knee. Or it doesn't hurt my jaw, it moved up to my head. So just pay attention. Okay? So we're going to start tapping. And just follow after me. Money flows to me easily. No, it doesn't. I wish it did. And I'll say the tapping points too. Under I wish money would flow to me easily. Under nose, I've been saying that affirmation a long time. Chin, and it doesn't seem to work. Collarbone, sometimes it flows really easily to me. Underarm, and other times it's like there's a plug. Top of head, and it just stops. Inside eye, I get a little scared. Outside eye, money flows to me easily. Under eye, money flows to me easily. Under nose, I wish it would flow easily to me. In fact, every day would be really nice. Collarbone, money flows to me really easily. Underarm, only when my paycheck arrives. Top of head, and then it flows right back out. Inside eye, money flows to me easily. It doesn't feel like it's so easy. Under eye, I wish it would flow more easily. Under nose, money flows to me easily. Chin. Just keep tapping. I just want to check in. Does anybody have something popping in that they're not loving that they want to tap on about money flowing in easily? I can repeat it. It what? It never will. It never will. Okay. Money flows to me easily. Collarbone, no it doesn't. Underarm, and it never will. Top of head, I don't see how that would happen. Inside eye, I wish it would happen. Outside eye, I wish it would flow to me. Under eye, but it never will. It's never going to. I often use exaggeration too, so I'm going to go to a really extreme place because there's a piece of you that believes this and we want to clear it out. It's never, ever, ever going to flow to me. I don't even see how that's possible. I wish it were possible, but right now I don't see that possibility. Inside eye, money flows to me easily. Outside eye, I'd love that to happen. Under eye, but I don't know if it ever will. Under nose, I wonder in the realm of possibility if that could ever happen. Chin, probably not. Collarbone, maybe for other people, like her, but not for me. Top of head, I wish it would flow in for me. Does anybody else have something popping in? Keep tapping. Shout it out.
It's my son's fault.
Okay, inside eye, it's my son's fault. Outside eye, money flows to me easily. Under eye, no it doesn't. Under nose, and it's my son's fault. Chin, it's all his fault. Collarbone, that money doesn't flow to me easily. Whatever you do, keep tapping right now, okay? If anybody is finding that they're getting a little emotional because something's going on in their minds, I want you to keep tapping. Don't stop tapping because your body is clearing it out and your emotion will shift and subside in 90 seconds or less. Did you have one?
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Okay. Inside eye, money flows to me easily. Sometimes it does. And sometimes it doesn't. Under nose, I wish it would flow to me easily all the time. Chin, sometimes it does. Collarbone, sometimes it doesn't. But no matter what, it's my son's fault. Top of head. So what happens is we get these little beliefs stuck in our head. I know something's shifting with you. Do you know what the new thoughts are that are popping in your head? Is it still your son's fault? No.
Never was.
Never was? So when we can clear out these little lies or things that we tell ourselves, and we acknowledge them, that was awesome that you said that, right? And we acknowledge them and tap on them, then you realize it never was my son's fault. And then you go to that better feeling place. And now you're in more of a place of empowerment because you are getting out of that fight, flight, or freeze place and moving into the executive part of your brain where you have new ideas come in, new thoughts. You can think better, you can rationalize, you can set goals in the executive part of your brain. And so the goal is to keep tapping and clear out those things that are holding you back. I love your big smile. Are you liking this? Yeah. Any other thoughts popping in that you want me to tap on with you?
So do expenses.
So do expenses. Okay. Top of head, money flows to me easily. Inside eye, and so do my expenses. Outside eye, expenses seem to flow easier. under eye than the money does. Under nose, I'd like the money to flow in easier. It'd be nice if it flowed in easily all the time. Like a bigger flow than those expenses. Because those expenses seem to flow in easily. I don't like them. I don't like all those expenses. I wish I didn't have so many. And I wish money would flow in easily to me. Money flows in easily to me. So I'm going to have you stop here. Have you take a deep breath in. And I want you to remeasure and see where you're at now. So go ahead and repeat after me. Money flows to me easily. And see where you are now on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, that's not true at all. 10, that's totally true. Money does flow to me easily. Where are you now? And circle your number or write that down. And go ahead and say again, this time listening to the thoughts in your head. Money flows to me easily. What's the yeah but or the tail under popping in now? You'll notice that it shifts. And it usually shifts to a little bit better place. And notice the feelings in your body. Is it still in the same place or did it shift somewhere else? Is it completely gone? And what emotions are popping in? You're feeling a little bit better, you're feeling a little bit of relief, you're feeling a little bit of hope. Something shifting? Or are you still down and hopeless and helpless? Where are you? What's going on? Write that down. You feel a little more stuck? Okay. So you're not worthy is a big affirmation that to tap on, because a lot of things go back to a core belief, and core belief I'm not worthy is a big one that impacts a lot of people. So we do have a couple more minutes and we will tap on that. All right? Did anybody have anything else pop in that you want to share? And we'll do another round or so of tapping on that.
I feel more trapped.
Feel more trapped?
Yeah, I just validated that I have problems in that area.
Okay.
And it just validated it to me that I can't read as deep in my body right now.
So super good awareness, and then we'll work on clearing that out. You guys are experiencing something similar, okay? So go back to the top of your head. Money flows to me easily. Inside eye, no it doesn't. Outside eye, and I'm feeling stuck. Under eye, I'm feeling trapped. Under nose, I'm feeling stuck and trapped. Chin, I really do have a problem here. Collarbone, this just validated it. Underarm, I don't like this feeling. Top of head, I don't want to be stuck. Inside eye, I don't want to be trapped. Outside eye, I'm feeling stuck and trapped. Under eye, money flows to me easily. What's the tail under popping in for you around when you say money flows to me easily? I don't believe you? Okay. And how about for you? Do you know what's popping in? Okay. Money flows to me easily. I don't believe you. That's not true for me. Collarbone, and if money does flow to me easily, it's not enough. And it never will be. Inside eye, money flows to me easily. Outside eye, that might be true for somebody else. Under eye, but I don't think that's true for me. Under nose, I'd love that to be true for me. Chin, but I don't think that's possible. Collarbone, money flows to me easily. Underarm, I'd love it to flow to me easily. But it doesn't seem to do that. Top of head and I feel stuck. Inside eye and I feel trapped. Are you still feeling stuck and are you still feeling trapped? Or did it neutral? Neutral? Okay. And so neutral, in my opinion, is not a great place to stay. There's better feelings than neutral. So we're literally going to tap on neutral. I'm feeling neutral. I'm feeling neutral. I was feeling stuck. I was feeling trapped. I didn't believe it. And now I'm feeling neutral. Money flows to me easily. I feel neutral about that. I feel neutral. I feel neutral about money flowing to me easily. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. I feel neutral. Are you still feeling neutral? You're seeing the light? Okay. And where are you? Okay. So your body's shifting. We're clearing out. You're acknowledging the trap feeling, the stuck feeling. And I'm not opposed to anybody to keep tapping even though we're not, because it'll just keep helping your body feel better. So your body, when you acknowledge those yucky feelings, the stuck and the trapped, and I don't believe this, and you tap on them, give them a voice, then your body clears that out for you. And it moves to that place of peace and calm where you can feel joy. And so it's calming your body down around the stress that you have around money. Okay? Money flows to me easily. That might be true now. I might be able to believe that. It's in the realm of possibility. I see it for other people. It could happen for me too. I see the light. I have some hope now. Money flows to me easily. And take a deep breath in. And I'd like you to remeasure on a scale of 0 to 10. Go ahead and say out loud, money flows to me easily. And see where you are now. Scale of 0 to 10, 0, that's not true at all. 10, it's totally true. Money flows to me super easily. And where are you now? And what's the tail ender popping in for you? Money flows to me easily. What's coming in for you now? So your body, look at your smile, shifts to that better feeling place. And you're getting the EFT glow is what I call it. Your cheeks are lighting up and you're feeling that calm in your body and more relaxed.
I was getting a 5 and I'm getting a 7, and the feeling is that I get scared sometimes.
Good awareness, right? So then the next step is to tap on, I get scared sometimes. I get scared sometimes. I get scared sometimes. I believe it more. And I get scared sometimes. Money flows to me easily. And I get scared sometimes. And I want to get scared. But I do get scared sometimes. When I think about money. Money flows to me easily. So stop here and take another deep breath in. Just check back in with yourself. Where are you now? On a scale of 0 to 10 when you say money flows to me easily. Money flows to me easily. 0 to 10. 0, it's not true at all. 10, it's totally true. And what's the tail ender popping in? We repeat that process over and over until you get to the 10, the better feeling place. And then you can use that affirmation and you actually believe it. And if something shifts where you're believing it, and then something in your life happens and you don't know if you believe it anymore, then you just go back to tapping and clearing out whatever the shift happened, whatever you didn't believe in that moment, so you can go back to that better feeling place. Because the law of attraction is attracted to the emotions, so whatever emotions, and you want the better feeling emotions going on because that's going to keep you in that flow.
So what do you mean when we say all those negative things in the process that now we're done, now what am I supposed to
Great question. So she's asking, what do I think now? So let's go back and say out loud, money flows to me easily. And pay attention to the tail ender that's popping in your head. What is that? And write that down. I'm going to have somebody share what's popping in, and then I'll take it to the next place. But I'm not sure how. So that's a great place to be because you're processing and shifting. And now your brain's like, well, how can I do this? So homework is to keep tapping on this because you're going to shift really quickly through that how. And now you're in the belief that money could flow to you easily, right? So there's a shift from I don't believe that to it's in the realm of possibility. So instead of saying money flows to me easily if you're not at a 10 yet, then you can say money, I want money to flow to me easily. I'm not sure how it's going to do it, but I think it could happen. When you add in I think it could happen, how do you feel about that? Excited? And so that excited feeling is what will attract and make things happen. We want to get to that better feeling place. You tell just a slightly better story that's believable. So what came up for you?
It came up surrender.
Surrendered?
Surrender came up for me, and if I surrender, then I think that I'm not holding any barriers, so hope and surrender.
Okay, so I'm going to surrender to the thought that money flows to me easily. How does that feel to you? Feels peaceful? So that peaceful place is where you want to be. I'm going to surrender to that thought. That could happen for me. I'm going to surrender to it. So whatever that tail ender that is that came up for you, you just move it a little bit of a nudge over to the next better feeling place. And that's what your new affirmation is. And then when you're like, yeah, that's true, you just move it over to that little better feeling place, and that's your new affirmation until you're like, yeah, money does flow to me easily, that's true. Like you stand in that and you know that's the truth. You just slowly get yourself there. Just take baby steps, moving into that better feeling place to get yourself there. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's how you do it. I think that we're out of time. We have to wrap up. Important thing as we're all on our journeys and we're trying to figure this stuff out is to keep going to the better feeling place and trust your body and your body's wisdom. Sometimes when you don't know what to do, you can just tune into your body and ask it questions and it will answer. And keep moving to that better feeling place, because that better feeling place is where you're going to be finding the answers, be letting that flow come into you, where you'll feel that abundance. And it is okay to acknowledge when you're not in that better feeling place. Acknowledge it, and then move to the better feeling place. And my favorite phrase is, keep tapping.
Tap on the crab.
Tap on the crab, yeah. Thank you, everybody.